Well, the warmer months should be the time to enjoy your backyard with friends and family. But instead, many of us waste too much time on weeding and other boring, repetitive chores. So how can we switch it up this spring and spend less time working and more time having fun? Joining me with a list of great ideas, HGTV star and DIY handyman Chip Wade. Good morning, Chip.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me, Kelly.
Well, spring is officially here, and hopefully it'll come to Omaha sometime soon. So many of our backyards are a mess from the cold months. What steps can we make to make the biggest impact to get our backyards ready for fun all summer long?
Well, even though I know that there's some snow there right now, it is right around the corner where this beautiful weather is going to come out. So one of the first things that I recommend is going out and getting your porches and your decks and your patios all cleaned out. Once that snow melts, there's going to be leaves and debris and everything up underneath there. We just want to clean all that away. The easiest way that I've come up with to make that go quickly and efficiently is just get a pressure washer. I own one, but you can rent one very cost effectively. But when you're doing your deck boards, one thing that people typically overlook is they accidentally get that nozzle a little bit too close to the wood. That can actually damage the wood if you're not careful. So if you could just remember to bring that nozzle about 16 to 18 inches off of that wooden surface, there's going to be plenty of power to make sure that that deck gets really clean, but it won't damage the material. Now, once all of that dries out, the next step is making sure you're putting a UV protectant sealer back on the deck. Most people know to do that, but what most people forget is doing the underside of the deck as well. That's right, do the top and the bottom. Since wood is a natural material, if you can seal it all the way around, it's going to protect that board and it's going to last up to twice as long. So again, just a little something to keep in mind. The next thing I like to do is get that barbecue grill ready to go. So clean all of that ash out, but then when you're cleaning your grates, you might, have something like a wire brush like this or some abrasive pads that you're used to using. If you're like me, they're probably rusted out from the year before because we just left them sitting right beside the grill. Instead of going out and buying another one, just go into the kitchen and get you a big roll of aluminum foil. Crush it into a ball, and you can actually use that to scrape on the grill grates. Even just getting some white vinegar from inside the kitchen can be the trick to sprinkle on those grates and give it a good wipe over.
I gotta tell you, I use white vinegar for everything. It's such a good cleaning product.
It's great, isn't it?
Yes, well, and then let's move, from the deck to the lawn. No one wants to see weeds, but everyone hates weeding. It's a pain. So what can we do about those stubborn garden weeds, and do you have any products that you recommend?
Sure. Well, it is the absolute headache that Americans deal with is weeds. It's across the board the #1 rated thing that gives us trouble. The reason being is that weeding happens when we let the weed seeds actually grow into weeds and then we have to pull them. Instead of just going through the cycle of trying to get ahead of it and just pulling weeds as they come up, I have the opposite approach. I actually like to use what's called a pre-emergent. I've been working with Preen for a number of years, and this is a product that stops weeds before they ever grow. This is a new offering they have called Preen Extended Weed Control that blocks weeds for 6 months. So if you put it down now, it's going to last you all the way through the summer. This has basically been the gold standard in weed prevention for the last 50 years. Top gardeners, this is what they use. So it also has this nice flip top cap. You can actually see it's so easy to spread. These granules cover easily, and so you just don't have to worry about it. The whole point is that we're not having to weed once the summer gets here because our garden beds are going to be beautiful, weed-free, so we can spend time in our backyards just enjoying our family and friends instead of working, right?
Absolutely. Well, we're running out of time, but really quick, do you have any other fun ideas for spring or summer?
If you guys don't have one of these 3 elements in your backyard for the summer, you might want to consider doing it. The first is making sure you have some type of fire feature or fire pit. That's the #1 rated things Americans are asking for nationwide. So a fire pit is the first. Having some type of misting system in the backyard, meaning something that actually sprays around your seating areas or your outdoor living areas. It's going to lower that temperature enough to make it stay really comfortable so you stay out there longer. And then finally, some type of lighting situation. It doesn't have to be a really built-in lighting situation where you have to run a lot of electrical cords. I actually do a lot of hanging lights like these, whether they're plug-in models like this that I'm holding here. This is an LED model that you can string over trellises, or even a solar-powered option. I put these up underneath things like dining tables and other pieces of furniture to make a nice little glow that's an awesome ambiance effect, but is also really functional as well.
Awesome. A lot of great ideas this morning. And where can we go for more information?
We actually have a lot of these tips for your garden setup at preen.com. And then if you're looking for more projects to do, you can always visit chipwade.com to see some fun things to get your backyard ready for the summer.
Perfect. Thanks, Chip. I can't wait till spring officially arrives.
Thanks, Kelly. Have a great day.
Yep.